Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, and we are live tonight from the sprint car capital of the world, Knoxville Raceway, with the Reigel Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Cars. About 15 cars are signed into the session here tonight. Practice session is just getting wrapped up. We're rolling right into qualifying here. These drivers will go out and get to run a couple of laps. Tonight's qualifying is presented by Victory Fuel. Looking at Caden Berry, he's one of the first cars out on the racetrack. That number 12 machine. Got that car wound up, starting his first timed lap. If you're watching along with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, we sure appreciate it. Let us know who you're pulling for here tonight, who you think's got Knoxville in their sights. Lap 1 for Caden. It's going to be a 15:95. He goes to the top of the board. A couple other cars, lap times are going to start funneling in as well. Lap 2 for Caden is going to be, let's see if he picks up any. Lap 2 at 15:89, so he does pick up on lap 2. Ian Humphreys just heading out onto the racetrack to take his qualifying time. Just starting lap number 1. Heath Dyke also on the racetrack. Joshua Pickle, James Rooney, all starting their qualifying laps. Now Diego Alvarado as well. Lap 1 for Ian. It's going to be a 16:25. Lap number 1, good for 7th. Cross the line, lap 2. Runs a 16:32. He's going to get credited with a 16:26, 8th quick for Ian. Austin Motley just starting his first qualifying lap. Diego Alvarado just went to the top of the board with a 15:88. That's quick time so far for Diego. Lap 1 for Austin. It's going to be a 16:36, good for 14th. You're going to come across to complete lap number 2. Lap 2 is a 16:37, so still good for 14th there. Taylor Wineland just wrapped up. He got credited with a 16:01, good for 4th quick. A little backstory with RPES. Knoxville was the host of the championship round of the inaugural season, the Winter Heat, which saw Caden Berry take home the win in a fantastic 5-car battle all race long. And Jordan Hutton won the championship that night. Jordan's not with us tonight. Also, an upcoming event here for Reigel is going to be the Spring Fever event. It's going to feature the Dirt 358 and the Big Block Modifieds at Cedar Lake Speedway. The event's going to be on Thursday, April the 18th. $10 to enter and a guaranteed $80+ payout to the top 5. The session will open at 9 p.m. Eastern, and all the information can be found on the website. That's going to be www.regelpromotions.com/regelpromotions-e-sports. So you can get all that information there. Quick time tonight is going to be Diego Alvarado. We're going to roll right into the first heat after the completion of Victory Fuel qualifying. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here in heat number 1. Heat number 1 is going to be Diego Alvarado, or row number 1, excuse me, is going to be Diego Alvarado and Joshua Pickle. Row 2 is going to be Stephen Lick and Heath Dyke. Row number 3 is going to be James Rooney and Paul Heward. Row 4 is going to be Robert Puckett and Jack Burke. Cars lining up behind the pace truck. We've got 8 laps on the board. It's going to be the first of our 2 heat races. Nick Berry's rooting for Caden Berry, which is our current points leader so far. Tim, what's your thoughts as we are about to start the first heat race here at Knoxville?
Let's see what show they put on. 4 spots available for the feature.
Absolutely. 4 going to go right to the feature. I think we're going to end up starting all the cars here because we only had 15 or 16, so I think everybody will get to race in the feature event in just a little while.
One thing I'll be keeping an eye on is the lines that people run and how the track evolves throughout this race.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Diego steps on the gas. Green flag goes in the air. We're underway in the first heat of the night here at Knoxville. Diego's going to lead us down into turn number 1. Battle is on for second. Joshua Pickle, Heath Dyke was side by side. Yellow flag goes in the air. Not exactly sure what happened to bring that out. Maybe a bad start. We might call that start back. To see, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary except for potentially the start there. Did you happen to catch anything, Tim?
I'm going back over the radio to see.
Gotcha. Much appreciated.
Maybe just hard to make out exactly what was said, but it seems like a little bit of a jump on the leader there.
And we go back to green flag racing. This field's working out of turn number 2. Our top 3 is single file contact a little further back. I think that was maybe James Rooney. That was a little out of shape out of turn 2, but he's gathered it back in. We're continuing on. Battle is fierce for second between Joshua Pickle and Heath Dyke. It settles out for the moment. Meanwhile, Diego's trying to open up as much advantage as he can. Already opened up over 3/4 of a second. Now 3 laps to go in this first heat. 4 spots held on by Stephen Light. Paul Heward's trying to reel him in. He's got James Rooney right on his, or that was Jack Burke right on his tail tank. Battle 5th and 6th. As Diego's working out of turn number 4. White flag's going to go in the air for him. As we got a pass for second. Dyke slides Pickle into 1. Pickle turns it underneath of him, drives right back around him. Out of turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Diego Alvarado wins heat 1. Joshua Pickle second. Heath Dyke 3rd. Stephen Light 4th. Jack Burke 5th. Paul Heward 6th. James Rooney 7th. And Robert Puckett 8th. The second and final heat's taking the grid right now. Row number 1 is going to be Caden Berry and Taylor Wineland. Row number 2 is going to be Flying Fred and Sean Stevens. Row 3 is going to be Ian Humphreys and Blake Warner. Row number 4 is going to have one starter. That's going to be Austin Motley. You see them lined up 2 by 2, waiting behind the pace truck as it begins to roll. Caden's going to roll out onto the racetrack now for a couple of quick pace laps, and we'll be underway for 8 laps in this second heat. There 2 by 2. Tim, if you would like, you want to bring us to the green flag here in heat number 2?
Of course, I'll bring us to the heat to start. One thing to point out: everyone, or well, most of everyone, was running up as high as they could, without being in the fluff. I know Caden Berry runs the bottom extremely well, so I'd like to know if he's gonna run the bottom here as we go into 3 and 4. Patiently waiting, and he's away. Caden Berry takes the green flag, followed by Taylor Wineland, Sean Stevens. Battle for third. Contact, big contact. Yellow, no flag yet.
21 machine of Blake Warner's missing the front wing. Back up front quickly. Our top.
Berry. Sean Stevens makes a pass for second on Taylor Wineland.
Sean Stevens is on the hunt, looking almost underneath Caden out of turn 4. He's running the bottom really well. Caden's up top, Sean's down on the bottom. Not quite able to do anything there out of turn number 2. Already 3 laps down and 5 to go. Blake Warner brought that car down into the pit lane. Can't do much, missing that front wing. Fourth is held by Ian Humphreys. 5th, Austin Motley, and 6th, Flying Fred. That was a check back through the field. Looks like Cade's starting to open it up just a little bit. Already out to 0.8, almost 0.9 of a second over Sean. Wineland slowly closing in for second. First, second, and third almost evenly spaced. Sean Stevens just turned the quickest lap of the heat that last time around. So he's not letting Caden get out too far. His white flag is going to go in the air one more time around. Through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag goes in the air. Caden Berry wins heat 2. Sean Stevens second. Taylor Wineland third. Ian Humphreys 4th. Austin Motley 5th. And Flying Fred's going to be in 6th. All right. All the drivers should be a part of tonight's feature. We got a quick 5-minute warm-up session. Let these drivers come out and work the track in. As tonight's events are rolling right along. Let's ride along with Paul Ewart as he works around this Knoxville Speedway. Oh, as I say that, he makes a little contact with the outside wall. We'll switch up driver cams and check out Caden Berry as he works his way around the racetrack. I'll tell you what, there's about no off-throttle time in this race car, maybe just a touch as they set the car into the corner, but other than that, it's mostly wide open. Awesome sound of that 360 sprint car working around Knoxville Speedway. Caden Berry just went to the top of the board at a 16.50 here in the warm-up. Diego Alvarado is second. Taylor Wineland just posted to third, quickest lap. Sean Stevens sitting in fourth.
Yeah, I did notice one thing throughout this little practice warm-up that we got. Caden seems to be running, I guess a slider line, but I'm gonna call it the hybrid line if he gets out there in the lead. He's diving it in to one, getting down to the bottom, and by the time he gets to the exit, he drifts up and runs kind of the outside, so it's like 50-50 on where he is in the corner. And everyone else seems to be either running the inside all the way around or running the outside all the way around.
Yeah, it looks like I agree with that. I'm kind of curious. It seemed like the top side for Caden when he was up there, he was able to gap people in his heat. So I guess we'll see. Sean Stevens was committed to the bottom. We'll see if he tries to work any other lines in the feature upcoming. These drivers continue to work in the racetrack. Since we had a smaller call count, we did not have a B main tonight, so we got this warm-up session and rolling right into the A. James Rooney in the 15 machine. Stephen Light. All right, the warm-up session comes to a close. We're going to get to take a look at our starting lineup here for our feature race. Remember, there's the invert for the top 6 drivers. So row 1 is going to be Taylor Wineland and Heath Dyke. Row 2 is going to be Sean Stevens and Joshua Pickle. Row 3 is going to be Caden Berry and Diego Alvarado. Row 4 is going to be Jack Burke and Ian Humphreys. Row 5 is going to be Stephen Light. and Austin Motley. Row 6 is going to be Paul Heward and Flying Fred. Row number 7 is going to be James Rooney and Blake Warner. Row number 8 is going to have one car, and that's going to be Robert Puckett. Got 30 laps going to be the distance here tonight at the sprint car capital of the world here in Knoxville, Iowa.
Well, Mr. Bentley, it's feature time. You know what that means. Who you gonna bet on?
Who am I going to take tonight? I'm going to pick maybe an underdog, maybe not. He showed some speed tonight. I'm going to go with the 26 machine of Sean Stevens. How about yourself?
That's a great pick. You took my pick.
Ah, jeez. It's funny how that works out, ain't it?
I'm gonna go with Caden Berry. I liked the line that he kind of ran in the warm up for a little bit and a little bit in the feature at one point. Let's see what he can do tonight.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see. He's going to start on the inside of the third row, so he's got some cars to pass to get up to that first position. Some quick ones at that. But 30 laps is a long time here at Knoxville, and who knows, the lines may change, the grip may change, so people may be searching high to low. Out to turn number 4. Green flag goes in the air. We're ready to rock and roll for 30 laps here tonight at Knoxville Raceway. Wineland, Dyke, 1 and 2. Battle is on for third, 3 wide. Sean Stevens, Diego Alvarado, and 33 of Joshua Pickle on the outside. Caden Berry right on the tail tank of Sean Stevens there through 1 and 2. Stevens already looking to take second from Heath Dyke. Already working lap number 3 here. These laps are ticking by very fast. Stevens and Berry seem to be committed down low. Taylor Wineland now going to move to the bottom and try to block the run of Sean Stevens through 1 and 2. Berry had a peek at the inside of Sean into turn 3. We got a slow car there on the bottom of the racetrack. That was Austin Motley. That's going to be enough to bring the yellow flag out. Let's take a look at exactly what happened to Sean. Or excuse me, Austin. Oh, kind of pinballed back and forth down the back straightaway, and I think he broke the right front on that car and probably lost steering as he came to a stop there, and then figured that that was not the best place to stop since the leaders were coming right behind. So he just tried to get that car off the racetrack and out of harm's way. As the field has come to a halt on the front straightaway, letting the pace car, the pace truck, get in front of everybody to pace the field.
So, fireworks in the infield, fireworks on the track. Wow.
Fireworks everywhere, and the racing had just started to heat up. As of right now, Flying Fred and Robert Puckett up 3 positions from their starting spots. Those are your biggest movers as of now. Flying Fred is currently 9th, and Robert Puckett's in 12th. Both up 3. As the field slowly paces their way around this racetrack. Lights are still on up ahead, so we are going to have at least one more lap of pacing. Motley was able to take that car down the pit lane for service, and he is back out on the racetrack. Currently scored 1 lap down in 14th. Field double filing up for this restart. Wineland gets to fire after the last billboard here in the corner. Green flag goes back in the air, and we're back underway. Caden Berry all the way up to the outside. Massive run out of 2. Contact with Sean Stevens. Sean was able to gather that car back up, and he slots back in 3rd or 4th, maybe 4th out of turn 4. Berry with a whale of a run. He's got that car all the way up against the outside wall. He's going to have a big run out of turn 2 and to the race lead. New race leader, 12 of Caden Berry.
How did he not hit the wall? Oh my God.
Oh, be careful at the front straightaway, 2nd and 3rd with contact. Trying to woe those cars up. Let's see what exactly happened. Looks like Diego Alvarado had an issue. There you see him on the inside in that 24 machine. Oh, the 17 pinballed off of the wall, and big contact for the 53, the 17. They went up and over. The 53 lost the top wing. The 24 has a broken left front suspension. Heavy contact and a high-speed crash down the back straightaway.
You want to know what I find shocking is Taylor Wineland is still going to be our leader. I thought Caden Berry had passed him before that flag has come out, but I guess not.
With the way that they score here, it goes back to the previous lap led with sprint cars. They're not able to freeze the field like they do in stock car racing and NASCAR world. So the last lap led, and I do believe Taylor Wineland had led the last lap before the yellow was thrown. So that's why he is going to assume the race lead here for the restart.
Well, that would make a whole lot of sense.
So Caden Berry will be 2nd. We've seen him get that outside lane rolling. And like we said, not sure how he kept it out of the wall, but he did and had a massive run out of turn 2.
Man, I just looked back on the replay. Caden Berry was shy by about 50 feet of the line.
Very, very interesting. So we'll see. Wineland's going to be on the bottom. Berry's going to be on the top. Let's see what happens. One's probably going to go low. Berry's going to probably stay high. Who's going to have the momentum out of turn 2? We are back underway. Green flag goes back in the air. Wineland gets a good jump. He's going to move that car up just a little bit. Not as high as Caden Berry, though. He's going to lead down the back straightaway. Caden with a bunch of momentum into turn number 3. Sean Stevens trying to follow right behind him. Wineland, I guess, got smart and decided to move up and take away that outside line and not give Caden Berry it here on this restart. Sean Stevens, he's now battling Caden Berry for second. Sean's going to complete that pass out of turn number 2. Set his sights on our race leader, Taylor Wineland. Caden Berry slots back to 3rd. Joshua Pickle 4th. Heath Dyke 5th. Flying Fred is now 6th, up 6 spots from his starting spot of 12th. Sean Stevens is inching ever closer, the same with Caden Berry. That time around, Caden Berry was the quickest of the top 3. But lap times are oh so close. Berry tried the bottom there in 3 and 4. I don't think he liked that. He's going to move back up to the top here in 1 and 2. Stevens getting closer. Taylor Wineland cannot afford a mistake. Because Sean Stevens is right there to pounce.
Right up against the wall. I can't believe that they run that high. It's almost like they got a roller on their chassis, keep them off that wall.
Yeah, absolutely. They can't get much higher than they are now. I think Stevens missed the top a little bit on corner entry. Didn't lose too much time. He gathers it back in. My, oh my. What a battle we have brewing here for our race lead. Stevens going to slide up in front of Wineland. Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Right back at him.
Wineland going to throw a slider of his own. He wasn't quite able to clear him. He's going to have to slot into second. Sean Stevens, our new race leader here, coming to 12 laps to go at the line. Wow, Sean Stevens and Taylor Wineland, what a battle. Caden Berry back in 3rd. Heath Dyke, Joshua Pickle, 4th and 5th. Flying Fred, 6th, and Diego Alvarado, a good recovery for him now in 7th after being involved in that crash. Already down to less than 10 laps to go. Fastest car on the racetrack is our race leader of Sean Stevens. Wineland's trying to not let him get out too far. He's closing up that gap into 3, down to 0.3 of a second. He chopped it in half. Lets the car slide up on exit and lost the momentum on exit. Oh my, Austin Motley right in front of our second place car of Taylor Wineland. That was almost catastrophe for our race leaders. Let's see what happened to Austin. He's got the 53 machine of Ian Humphreys right behind him. Humphreys with a run. Oh, they just clipped tires and sends Austin around. He comes to a stop. And our two leaders just split him. My goodness, how close that was. Out of turn 2. I don't think anybody had any damage from that, but it could have been terrible for Stevens and Wineland. Within 10 laps to go, so the restarts from here on out will be single file. Does Taylor Wineland have anything in the tank for Sean Stevens? Also, does Caden Berry have anything left for both Sean and Taylor? I haven't mentioned James Rooney that much tonight. He's currently in 8th, up 5 spots from his starting position. Like we mentioned earlier, Flying Fred up 6 so far. Currently in 6th.
Man, oh man.
Looks like we're going to have about maybe one, should get the 1 to go this time, I would imagine.
Yep, we're getting it right here. What was it that I said on lap 3? Fireworks in the infield, fireworks on the track.
I believe that's
About
what
that,
you said.
About that way all night.
Yeah.
All night.
Yeah, up to this point, what a battle we've seen for their top spot. Crossovers and sliders for the race lead. We're probably going to see that here in the closing laps. Out of turn 4 to the green flag. Now 7 laps to go from Knoxville. Wineland going to tuck in line behind Sean Stevens. Caden Berry is all over Wineland for second. Sean opened up about a 4/10 of a second gap over Wineland. Berry all over the tail tank of Wineland. Man, these guys are so close to that outside wall through 1 and 2. Berry looking way down low on Wineland. He's going to be just ahead of him at the line. Move Caden Berry to second. He's going to slide up. Out of turn 2, he's going to set his sights on Sean Stevens, the race leader. Berry back to the bottom. My, what a run on the bottom for Caden Berry. They're going to be even at the line. 4 laps to go. Berry slides in front of Stevens into 1.
That car has risen. It is awake.
Stevens with a slider of his own through 3 and 4. Berry going to cross him over down the front straightaway. Berry slides up in 1 and 2. Stevens, does he have enough of a run to try it down into 3? Berry's going to play a defensive line on the bottom. Stevens is going to have to run the top. 1 car in the outside wall right in front of our leaders. 2 laps to go. That might open up enough of advantage for Caden Berry. We'll see. Stevens is going to have to try everything possible to get back to him. Berry runs the bottom. Stevens lets the car slide up through 3 and 4. White flag goes in the air one more time around Knoxville. Just when we thought during that green flag run that Caden Berry may have brought it home third, out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, Caden Berry wins once again here with the Reigel Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Cars, and he wins back-to-back races at Knoxville in the series. What a spectacular race and an awesome finish by our top 3. Sean Stevens bringing it home in second, and Taylor Wineland in third. First 2 bringing it down the front straightaway. Going to stop for a picture. Wow, what a finish. Before we talk to our top 3, we'll get a look at our final results here tonight. From Knoxville, Caden Berry wins once again. Sean Stevens going to bring it home in second. Taylor Wineland in third. Heath Dyke is going to bring it home fourth. Joshua Pickle in fifth. Flying Fred is going to get credited with sixth. James Rooney in seventh. Paul Heward eighth. Diego Alvarado ninth. Stephen Light 10th. Austin Motley 11th. Jack Burke 12th. Ian Humphreys 13th. Robert Puckett 14th. And Blake Warner is going to get credited with 15th. Let's see if we can get a word in with our top 3 here tonight. I don't see Taylor Wineland available, so we may have to move on to our second place finisher of Sean Stevens. Hey, Sean, Tyler, and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Certainly do, mate. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. You bring that car home in second. You were able to lead some laps. Did you think Caden Berry had anything left there on that final run?
Look, going into it, we knew like Caden was going into it for the points in the championship. So like we did have a plan from the start to make sure that he got the win tonight. But yeah, bit unlucky when I did have the lead that I had a 2-second gap and and the caution came out, and then yeah, you know, I said to Caden, I said let's reset and let's try and get you in front, and we'll go from there. And yeah, he picked up the win. Good for him. I just jumped in and thought I'd have a run tonight, something to do while I had today off work, and yeah, she's paid off. Got a second place, and also my teammate got the win. So beautiful.
Absolutely. I'd say you guys definitely planned that last restart out to a T. I'm going to throw it over to my broadcast partner, Tim Henderson. Tim, you have anything to ask Sean?
Yeah, Sean, it's a great run, by the way. How'd the track transition help you or hurt you in any way?
Well, I didn't really get much practice in when it was in the practice session there, so I think I just jumped on for probably like 1 or 2 laps, and I felt that a little bit loose with the qualifying setup. So I just thought, oh, here we go, it's going to be one of them nights. So I had to just readjust me setup a little bit on my wheel, and you know, I got it feeling smooth come the heat race and the feature time and the warm up, but the track, it was down low early, and you know, I said to Caden, I said the bottom's in if you can hit it nice, tight, and snug, and just be easy on the throttle, and with a decent push in, you can sort of scale around the bottom nicely. And you know, we tried that out, and then I think it was in the feature, Caden got a good restart on me and burned around the top side of me, and I said, oh no, the top's back in. So we decided just hit the top, and yeah, I hit the top a couple of times, got round the boys, and you know, that's where I had me bit up front for a little while. But then yeah, that late caution sort of screwed me over a little bit. But I felt like it was on the top, it was on the fence when you got the momentum going. But then later on, them last say 5 laps, yeah, the bottom started to come back in, and Caden, he's perfect when it comes to bottom running. So you know, it's hard to beat him when he's on song and he's hitting the bottom.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sean, we appreciate you getting a word in with us here, and we'll let you celebrate your second place finish. I guess before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
Yeah, just thank everyone who gets behind me and the boys at YOB Racing. Means a lot. Just all the sponsors on the car, Speed Factory setups, Catalysm Computers, CNC Race Designs. You guys for putting on the show, and yeah, I'll see you in the cash race when that comes up.
All righty, buddy. Again, congratulations on that second place finish, and we'll let you go celebrate it.
Cheers, mate.
That was your second place finisher, Sean Stevens. Now we'll move on to our race winner, Caden Berry. Hey, Caden, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. You bring that car home first once again here in the series. Back-to-back winner at Knoxville, repeating from the Winter Series here. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. Just had to, save my tires, and that's why I was just running the bottom. Just super conservative, not too aggressive. Just let them guys pretty much go by me there, and let them just waste all their tire. And I was just being smart about it, and just rolling the bottom, and just honestly praying for a caution there, and which happened, thankfully. Because I don't think if I had that caution, I wouldn't won the race, because I was saving my tires, majority of the time. So once that caution came out, I knew I had to, be really aggressive and up on the wheel there to get by both those guys, and it worked, and got the win and got the job done.
Absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Caden?
Yeah, you said that you got up on that wheel. It certainly looked it. That car woke up right out of the restart. How are you feeling?
I was, oh, you still going?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just, yeah, I felt really good to rip up there. The cushion was starting to get super small up there and tight up to the wall, so just had to be super careful up there as well, and not junk the car. So, but that's why when the top got super thin like that, when the cushion was going away after saving my tires for a while there, on that restart, I know how to do something different. So I started kind of running the slider line, and I kept feeling good traction coming off the corner going back to the down the straightaway there, and just kept hitting that same line and groove every single lap. Just had to be consistent about it, and yeah, I mean, we did that, and it got the job done.
All right, Caden. Well, before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I just gotta give all glory to Jesus Christ, and I couldn't do it without him, and neither my mom and dad. Gotta thank my brother and sister, Brennan and Sierra. Gotta thank my nana and grampy, my great grandmother Cece, my Grammy Rider TJ out there for watching. Gotta thank Team IOB, Cataclysm Computers, CNC Racing Design, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray Rockville, Australia. Also gotta thank Granite State Blacktoppers, Keep Digging Apparel, Enos Construction, Drew's Power Coating, ZMAX, Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Turn One Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Berry Legacy Racing, and gotta really thank you guys for putting it on as well.
All righty, we appreciate the kind words. We'll let you go celebrate your win.
Thank you.
That was our race winner, Mr. Caden Berry. Well, as we wrap up things tonight here from the Knoxville Raceway, man, another fantastic finish. Caden Berry brings home another win here tonight. He goes back-to-back at Knoxville. Any closing thoughts from you, Tim?
Just awesome, awesome battles.
Absolutely. Fantastic battles here tonight. Upcoming here for the Reigel Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Cars as I drop my mouse. That's never good. Next week, we're going to be at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway for round number 8. If you'll join us next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It would be tomorrow night. We're going to be live on the network at 9 o'clock Eastern with the Short Track Rivals Racing Fix 358 Modified Division, and once again live on Thursday night with the Open Pro Late Model Division with STRR. Both of those events at 9 o'clock. So if you want to watch some more dirt track racing, join us here live on the Buckeye Racing Network. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night from Knoxville.